Welcome back to Taslima Maya Art. It's great to have you here. Now, have you ever been crazy enough to wonder what it would be like to teach 4 back-to-back acrylic pour art workshops to 80 primary school children ranging from ages 5, 6 and 7 years old? It would be utter chaos, I hear you say, and none of the more established fluid artists have ever attempted something like this. So you're in for a treat. You're about to find out when yours truly did exactly that with the wonderful Glanusk Primary School in Wales. My 6-year-old daughter was beaming with pride when I came in to teach abstract art to her lovely school friends for Enrichment Day. This week I have the lovely Cat's Fluid Art creations up after me. Like many other schools, Glanusk Primary School organise special days in the year that provides pupils with new experiences, challenges and opportunities to learn outside of their normal curriculum. So this might involve arts and crafts, nutrition education, sports, reading, science experiments, visual and performing arts, martial arts and many other types of activities. I was more than happy to volunteer after seeing the look on my child's face where she was so thrilled that her mom was going to come in and teach some of her fellow classmates. She spent the week before just giving me random hugs and saying she loved me, which was all of the payment I really needed, and the school was so kind that they covered the costs of the materials. So a massive thank you to Glanusk. About a week ahead of the day, I did actually prepare all my paints. You can see me mixing up the paints here and various different colours. I used mostly acrylic tube paints and I mixed that up with my pouring medium, which was PVA glue and water. And there were a lot of sums needed doing to work out exactly how much paint I would need, depending on how many tiles and canvases I had for roughly about 80 pupils. Fluid art workshops face-to-face do take a lot of preparation and planning and mixing up paints and testing different techniques to decide which ones would be best for that age group. The age group was 5, 6 and 7-year-olds. We got there really early in the morning and managed to set up in a large hall, and my daughter was super excited to help me set up everything, and I brought a few of my paintings as well to show what acrylic poured art looks like when it's finished. So you can see here I set up each of the tables and covered them up with tablecloth and put some gloves out, and we had a whole set of tiles that were donated from a local tile shop, which was lovely, and a number of canvases donated from some of my fellow mom friends, which was fantastic. And yes, it was just super fun really, just setting up, and it was very exciting. Obviously I teach at university level, so I'm not used to teaching that many little children, not age 5, 6 and 7, but I was determined to have some fun with the kids, whatever their abilities. Oh, and quite a few of the moms thought I was utterly insane agreeing to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little demonstration for you, okay? Who knows what 2 colours make brown? Does anyone know what 2 colours mixed together make brown? Willow?
Red and green.
Yes, good girl. What other colours?
Red, yellow and black.
There's a couple of colours on a colour wheel like this which make brown, so we want to avoid doing that. So what Willow said was putting red and green, red here and green next to each other might mix and make brown, and we don't want brown in our paintings all the time, do we? Okay, so we're going to avoid that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm doing. We are going to do something really fun called acrylic pouring or fluid art, which means paint like this, watered down. This has got some water in it and mixed up together, and it's got a little bit of glue in it.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, just got one more.
Okay.
Is this your class now? Yeah.
Come in,
Yeah,
welcome.
okay.
Welcome. So when we mix a little bit of glue, this is normal PVA glue and water, we mix it with our tube paint, we create watered down paint. This is fluid paint, okay? And we're going to paint on our canvases, okay? You've got tiles, I'm going to show you how to do it. Actually, I'll do it on a tile for you to show you how it's done on a tile. Now let's have a look. We've got a little 15 by 15 centimetre tile, okay, nice and small. We're going to put it on there. So first thing we need is some base colour. This is my white base colour, and we're going to do a technique called a marble roll. So you'll all have a marble each today, okay? And I'm just going to quickly do this for you to show you how it's done. So I will pour the white paint on your tiles like this. Ooh, what does that look like? We don't actually need a lot of it, guys, okay, and girls. We only need a little bit, because what we're going to do now is we're going to get messy and we're going to make sure the whole tile is covered. So I'm tilting this out, okay,
I've seen this before.
Have you?
I have.
Me too. I have.
I haven't. Oh wait,
This bit's the fun bit. This is the bit that you can all have a go at. And it doesn't matter if it gets on the table, because the whole point of it is we like the messy bit. Okay? We like getting messy with this kind of art. We just want to tilt it all the way to the edge. Okay, and what we can do is we can get a palette knife and we can help it. We can just push it to the end. So you've all got a palette knife as well on your tables, you'll see in a minute. I'm just going to help that along to make it quicker.
Are we doing our hands?
We are going to use your hands. You can use gloves if you want, or you can wash your hands after, it's up to you. Probably gloves are better because you've got a class after this. So that's it, it's done. Okay, I'm going to use a little blowtorch. You're not allowed to touch this, only I can do it for you. Once the paint's on, I'm just going to turn this on actually, maybe that would help. I'm just quickly popping my bubbles. There's lots of bubbles in this paint. There's usually bubbles in paint you mix up. And when there's bubbles in the paint that you mix up, when we do our little designs and patterns afterwards, they pop. And when they pop, they create little measles. We don't want measles in our painting, do we?
No.
No? So we're going to avoid that by popping it with this blowtorch, which I'll do for you. So I've got enough paint here. Something in there, some goop in there, yucky. So, okay, so the next thing we do is we're going to choose our colours. Now every one of you will choose 3 colours. And remember, these 2 colours will make brown. This one and this one will make brown. We don't want to do that either, we don't want brown. We want nice colours that complement and look nice together. What's your favourite colour?
Purple.
Purple. Okay, so you could probably choose purple. Guys, what would go nice with purple?
White, blue.
Blue and pink, Mike,
And
yes.
teal.
But we want to be careful. Let's just pick pink and one other colour that goes nice with this. Yes?
Yellow.
Yes, good girl. What's your name?
Olivia.
Olivia, perfect. So these 3 colours go really well together. So, for instance, you might want to choose these 3 colours. You might like the blues and purples, because those 2 colours go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pick our colours. So I'm going to pick those 3 colours because that's what Sophia said. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to get my colours. I'm going to do some puddles. Okay. So by puddles, what do I mean by puddles? Well, this is puddles. Little puddles. It doesn't matter if I'm a little bit messy, but I'm trying to get it in one place. One there. One there. One there. Okay. And then I'm going to get my pink. I'm going to pop it right on top. I think pink looks nice next to purple. But you guys, if you're boys and you don't like pinks, you can pick the blues. Okay.
I like pink.
And I'm going to do another little one here because I like the idea of a pink one here. And I'm going to do a little purple.
Why does everyone have a rubber idea?
Yellow. And I'm going to pop some yellow. And it doesn't matter what order you lay it. And you could, if you wanted, you could have put the yellow first, purple next, and the pink last. So it's totally up to you how you do it. And I've got those colours. Yeah, lots of nice family, I'm sure. So I've done that. I'm going to pop some bubbles very quickly so I can see some big fat ones there. And now I've got my marble. Okay. We're going to pop the marble here. So watch this. It's flat, right? And what we're going to do next? Can you guess? Yes.
We are going to like pick the marbles on.
Not quite. Yes, Willow?
And we're going to roll the marbles into the paint.
Good girl. Absolutely. We're going to roll the marble. We're going to have to be very careful. We can only tilt it very slowly. We're going to pull the marble right through the paint. Look.
like a game.
If it falls off, don't worry. It doesn't matter. You can pick it back
Like
up.
a game.
Yeah, it's like a little game. But we're trying to create beautiful patterns.
Wow, that is so cool.
I agree.
Painting.
You can keep the paintings. You can put them up around the school. You can take them home. You can sell them in the fair. Whatever you want to do with the paintings when they're dry.
I don't want to
When I like the pattern, I just
I'm
roll
gonna
it off.
use the white, blue, red, and green.
That is beautiful.
Now it's your
I'm
turn.
gonna use the red.
All right, let's get you on. Okay, guys. So, has everyone got a tile now? Can you just make sure they get tiles?
I got it.
You write their names on the back
Oh,
of the
that
tile.
feels so good. How do you like it? Do them on each of the little blocks. Are we going to be doing this all day? I can't wait to get mine on. I don't have like a scraper. Yeah.
Okay, come on, grab one over my table.
I have a scraper.
There's one on my table.
Is it this one? I need a scraper. Oh my god. I'll just turn it.
Yeah, just tilt it. Tilting is easy.
I need one. I need a I'm going. I'm going to shake this like I'm going to tilt it.
Well, very good. You've done a really good job. You have. Well done. Have you done this before, Evie?
No.
You look like you have, haven't you? And you? You've done it.
I have like abstract.
Whoa, boys, that's really good. Lads have done really well.
So the first workshop technique I did was the marble roll, and this was for ages 6 and 7. And I wasn't sure they'd be able to pick up the tile and tilt, because it does take a bit of hand-eye coordination to do so, but they did really, really well. I was super surprised how well they actually did. And they did tilt it very slowly for that marble to roll around, and I was super impressed with all of them.
I'll pop it on for
And
you.
they had so much fun. You should have heard the excitement in their voices, honestly. And they did think of it as a game and created some beautiful art in the process as well.
You're doing really good. Whoa. Look at yours. So pretty. And yours. You're looking really good.
My combination is good. Yeah, me too. If you go slowly, it wouldn't go like that. I make you watch you try. Mine went a little bit.
Look at yours. That's amazing.
Mine went a little bit too much paint.
So you can tilt it off. It's fine.
Now, there was no way I could have run this on my own, so I did have some help. I had a work experience girl given to us by the school, Mabia. Thank you so much, Mabia and Mia, for helping out. And I also managed to rope in my other half, who was about to leave before it started. And yeah, he ended up spending the day there helping out as well and having lots of fun. Thank you both. So here are my little abstract artists in the making. They had so much fun and they really loved their paintings. They wanted to take them home right away. Obviously they couldn't because they were wet, and they kept asking when they could pick them up and when they could see them again. So yeah, they said they had so much fun, and so did I. And look at these little Cézannes and Picassos in the making. I am so proud of them all. So I had 15 minutes to prep for technique number 2 and the second workshop of the day, and this was going to be the chain pull. So I set out some chains and paint on foil and left a palette knife for each of the pupils, and I was going to get them to work in twos this time and see if we could get them to try and practice and master the chain pull. Now I know what you're thinking. How can a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old master the chain pull? Well, it's all about having fun, and it's about giving it a go and being happy with whatever we come out with, and that's the view I took of it.
We're all around you, and stand all around you if you want now, okay?
No touching yet.
Okay. Keep holding your canvases. Just come around you and you watch what the teacher's going to do. Okay.
Right, okay. I need somebody who wants to be volunteer. Oh, I'll choose you. Right, okay. So what's your name? Ali? Yeah. Brill, Ali. Ali, you're going to help me by pouring a little bit of paint on here. This is white paint. It's just mixed with water and glue, and it's fluid, which means it's runny, okay? So Ali's going to pour a little bit onto the canvas. I'll help him a little, right in the middle. Oh, that's enough. That's perfect. And Ali is going to help me spread it to the edges. Do it very softly and over the top. So we're going to spread it. It doesn't matter if it goes over the edge. It doesn't matter. And we're just going to do it all the way around. Okay, so you can go it that way as well. So go on, Ali. Yeah, it's like milk, isn't it?
Don't drink it. Don't
Yeah,
drink it.
not drink it. It won't taste very nice. That's very good. Shall I help you now, Ali? So we can get a little move on in case we don't have time. So I'm just going to spread it. The other thing I can do if I don't want to use a palette knife, this is a palette knife, guys. If I don't want to use that, I can just pick it up and I can just tilt it to the edge. Look, very fast.
It does get messy.
It does get messy, but that's the fun of it. And this helps you relax when you're mixing and pouring and tilting. It helps you relax and forget about all your worries. It does me.
You need to let it dry.
We will let it dry over the weekend, and it only takes about a day to dry because the paint is quite thin on the canvas. If you have a look, I've got something funny in my paint there. It's a bubble. Okay, sometimes when we mix up our paints, we get bubbles and we need to get rid of them. Otherwise, when we do our pattern, the bubbles pop and create measles in our painting.
What's that measles?
A measle looks like a little spot, okay, and it comes up on our painting and sometimes ruins our paintings. So I've done that. I'm just going to quickly show you a demo. There we go, it's all done. And now you might have to stand back a little bit, okay, because obviously only I am allowed to use a chef's torch. And I'm just going to pop that bubble there, watch it burst. Gone. Very quickly over the top. I don't let it run too much, don't burn my paint. And then all the bubbles are gone, okay?
So if you have bubbles on your canvas, just let us know, and then we'll just get rid of them, okay?
Yeah, so that's it. We've got our base paint on. So it's the next bit of the magic, okay? We have foil, and we're going to pick some colours. So Ali, you can pop back around there now. And I have another volunteer. Yes. Can you pick a colour for me? Any colour across here. Pink. Let's do the pink. What was your name again?
Emily.
Thank you, Emily. Lovely. Oh, I should know your name because Abby always talks about you. I've got a terrible memory. So I'm just putting some pink down. And somebody else, what colour? Yes. What goes well with pink, guys?
Purple.
Brilliant. Very good choice. I think we're going to do the purple. We're going to pop this here. We're going to do a little line.
What a dark blue.
And one more colour that goes nice with, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Green. Does green go?
Dark blue. Yeah, I want
Dark blue might work.
Yeah.
Turquoise might work too as well. So what we're trying to avoid is we're trying to avoid colours on the colour wheel which are opposite because sometimes they create brown. If you put, for example, if you put green and red together and we move the paint around, it's going to turn into mud because green and red don't like each other, okay? And also the same goes for orange and blue. They don't like going together, okay? And this is the colour wheel, okay? We'll explain about that later. So what we're going to do now is going to add the blue one next to the purple. So we've got some nice colours here. We only need 3 colours.
So this is what you guys will be doing, so you have to pay attention now, okay?
Yeah, you do have to. So we've got something here called chains. Okay, I've got big ones. And hopefully I've got a little one somewhere which may be not here. Yes, please. Thank you. You're very kind.
And you want these ones?
No, what the one will do, just to show you, this is one of those chains you get in the ceiling fans. You can buy them, but they're just metal chains. They're 5mm. What we're going to do is we're going to, and this is a very hard technique, so I'm super excited that you guys are going to nail this. I know you are. I'm going to just pop my chain down. I'm not going to move it. I'm popping it straight down. And all I'm going to do is maybe roll it that way and roll it this way. See? So it's not mixing the colours. Then I'm going to lift it up.
No.
Okay. And then this is what I'm going to do. This is the tricky bit. I'm just going to pop it down. I'm only going to do it 3 times, by the way. You're only allowed to do the chain 3 times. We're going to, because otherwise it gets too messy. We're going to pop it down in any old line or pattern that we want. And we're going to pull softly and slowly, really away. I'm going to keep going slowly. The reason we go slow is because otherwise the white paint will go over the chain and mess up our pattern. There we go. Okay, that's the first one. We need to now use our wet wipe. You'll be given a wet wipe in a minute by Ab. And you just wipe it down like this. If you can't do that, ask for help. One of us will help you. And then we can do it again. Okay, so we can do this and create some nice colours on our canvas. And hopefully your teachers will be like amazed at you. Where should we pop this? Now I can do it in a hoop or I can do it like this if I want. Or maybe just do one here, very slowly. Now it does take some patience and some concentration. There's another one done.
This will be so hard.
It might be hard, but
You're the best. You're
the
the
thing about
best.
art as well is it doesn't matter if it doesn't look nice, and it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It's yours, and your parents will love it wherever because you made it.
It's all about having fun.
I think your teacher will decide whether you're taking it home or whether you're putting it up around the school.
We'll not take it home.
I'm not sure yet.
We don't know yet.
I only want to take it home to show it.
Or you could sell it in the fair, in the school fair.
I'm not
Yeah, not selling it. No one wants to sell it.
I wish I could just keep it to hand up on
So
my
that's the
door.
demo. I'm done.
wanna
And it's now
keep
your
it.
turn. So you can go side to side and do squiggly lines if you want.
Yeah, what is this result?
That's
you want
the
to.
demo done.
Oh, you have to
Now go and pick some masterpieces.
So as you can see, the children were polite, inquisitive and just little darlings to play with, and play we did in the paint. So they did amazingly on the chain pull, as you'll see in a minute, despite being 5 and 6 years old. And they worked together in pairs as well, really, really well. They are a total credit to their parents. After workshop number 2, we had a lovely lunch break with the other volunteers of the day, and then we went back to move all the paintings over to the side to start with workshop number 3. These were all the chain pulls done by the 5 and 6-year-olds. So one thing I've learned after being a teacher for 20 odd years now, albeit for older people, is that you have to be quite versatile and change given what your pupils need. And we decided to stick with the marble roll as it was slightly easier for the age group. Although they did do really well with the chain pulls, this was just quicker and easier and gave us time to wash their hands between going to the next session. So remember, they were roughly about 50-minute workshops, so there was a lot to pack in that time. It was a massive challenge, but also rewarding, I think, for all 3 of us. So we had really good fun, and it was just lovely to meet the pupils. Also, quite a few of them were my child's friends, so they wanted to come back to my house for the play dates they'd had painting sessions in before, so that was really, really nice to hear. That's so amazing!
Isn't it, Jane?
Wow, what have you done?
We made this.
That's amazing. Look at you boys. That looks so nice, but don't do it too much, remember? Just go right through the middle bit and make it really nice patterns. That's so good. You're a natural. Look at you two. That's super amazing. Put it on the table when it falls off so you can just drop it onto the table.
I really want to do it.
Yeah, you have a go now, Nick.
No, you can wash your hands after.
Yeah.
Okay, keep spinning it around until,
Roll it around.
just to make sure it doesn't fall off.
Good
okay?
girls. Look at you two. Had you? You're natural. Have you done it before?
No. It's wet. I'm good at it.
You are good at it. You're amazing. The children did wonderfully well, and I was amazed and inspired by how they took to it like ducks to water. Everyone wanted to get stuck in and get messy and look at some of those beautiful patterns they were creating. We did have a lot of hands to wash in between the sessions. I lost count how many children I took to the sink to wash their hands. But again, you know, it was just lovely to see the light in their eyes and how fun they thought the art event was. But I was pretty exhausted by the end of the day when it came to packing up and going home. But it was just so worthwhile. It really was. Wow, look at that motion. Look at you two. You're doing super, super good.
Too much. You don't want it too.
Wow.
You don't want to mix too
sorry.
much, okay?
Look at you lads. You're doing really good.
I think I can do it now. So cool. Miss, can I go toilet?
Yep, maybe. Can you take him to the toilet over there?
Which one wants to go toilet?
One of the boys.
Okay.
You two, have you done this before? You look like you have. You're really good.
Okay, you're going to move this marble around as much as you can, okay?
Whoa.
Alright, you're gonna get
Look at
messy.
your
Just wait for the top one.
pattern.
You're
So
gonna wash your hands.
pretty.
You're going to wash your hands
Do you
after
like
anyway.
it?
I done that pattern.
Did you?
Yeah.
I bet you did. You're just very natural at this.
No, the bird.
Whoa, whoa.
Can you tell yet how much I love children? That's really good.
Wash your hands after,
I
okay?
love how you're doing that. That you're just a natural. You must have done this before. You're good at abstract art.
You're done now.
I never knew you were that good.
So many times you can spin it.
I was that good.
After
Are
that,
you?
it becomes messy.
It fell off.
Once the paintings were done, even though they wanted to go on forever with it, I did put them aside, but they kept going up to the tables to try and look at them again. Of course they did. And yeah, they couldn't resist looking at them. They were so happy with them. And I got them sat back down, washed all their hands with my dear assistant's help. And they went on to the next immersion day activity. And then we had the final group up, and a lot of the kids are friends, children, and I had so much fun because quite a few of them knew me and I knew them, and it was just a joyous occasion. And this is my daughter with her friend, and she just had this biggest smile on her face the whole day. And they had a look at all the other paintings that I brought in for them to get inspired with art. And they were asking so many questions about how they were made, which was really lovely to answer these questions. It was just a brilliant day, honestly. And if you did like this video, please do leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. It was difficult to edit this one. Lots of images. and a lot of editing time, and blurring out faces took a while. Obviously I wanted to protect the children, so all the faces have been blurred out to do that, and you can see them here just looking at all the paintings and asking questions, and I'm surrounded by them. I feel like the Pied Piper here, but in a positive way. And yeah, I had a great day, honestly, and I would do it again. And I do have other workshops coming up, paid ones, and I'm looking forward to those. Those will be with adults, and yeah, different type of instruction with adults. It's just something I guess you need to adjust when you're teaching little children. And just to show you, this is what happened at the beginning of every session. We had to put their overalls on, which took about 10 minutes of time getting that done, which was interesting, but yeah. So well done all the pupils at Glanusk, and well done to all the kids who took part in this and gave it their all and created some beautiful art. And then on the Christmas fair, they were all up for sale. And yeah, they raised money for the school for future activities for the children, which is amazing. And a lot of the parents bought the child's painting as well off the school and helped raise money, which was fantastic. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Up next is Kat's Fluid Art Creations.